Hey, happy Friday. Welcome to today's live. Welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. I go live every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so be sure to join us. If you are watching the replay, if you're new here, just bring your question and receive a free reading. If you would like a free reading, click the link in the pinned comment. It asks for your username and like number, that you'll be added to a list. Please wait for your name to be called. If there's no response, I will need to skip in order just to keep the readings moving. Anyone who would like a deeper, more in-depth reading, they are available, 3, 5 or 7 card readings, which also include a Q jump. Just check the pinned comment again, there is another link for that. A reminder of how I read: I'm an energy reader, tuning into your energy and anyone else in the situation to bring clarity. So please provide as much context as possible. It helps me to connect with you in the situation. Please no yes, no questions or timeline. But let's get into it. Hey to everyone in the chat. I'm just going to catch up on... Janavi says that YouTube is acting up. Oh no. You don't get notifications for the live. I'll have to look into that to see if I can do anything about that. Hey Chanley, I hope you're well. But let's get started. First up, we have Chanley, my love, if you were here. Anyone interested? I'm using the Muse Tarot deck today. But Chanley, my love, whenever you are ready, please post your question. Chanley asks, had a dream. I was happily playing out in the ocean, surrounded by unfamiliar people. Interesting. Is there a message from my spirits regarding this dream? Let's have a look. I've never asked a question like this, so we'll see what comes through. I mean, it brings to mind to me that you would could be meeting some new people, yeah? Unfamiliar people, but obviously you were feeling happy. So some people that could help you on your path, Chanley. The ocean and the sea in dreams often represents as well our unconscious or subconscious. Let's see what Spirit has to say about this dream. Ace of Pentacles, so connected to how we meet the world, Chanley, the Ace, so a new beginning. In the area of work, career, finances. I know that's come up for you before. We've looked at kind of your career path and new ventures. And the Ace of Pentacles is that a new beginning, which maybe you've already set out on or are about to. So this can be current energy or near future energy. Take what resonates with that. So this dream, again, about the ocean and about new people coming into your life that will help you on this journey, I believe, help you on this path. And what the Spirit has done has brought through in which area this will be in. Oh, my cards have got all mixed up now, which is interesting. I'm going to pull one more card for a bit more info. So I feel like you're on the right path with this, Chanley. Whatever progress, whatever this new direction is, okay, what you speak of, if that resonates with you, that you've set out on that path, or if this is a new idea for you, there is a lot of potential here, okay? Potential for financial gain, for financial success, security, all that good stuff. Also, though, I feel like with this message about with the people in the ocean is remember to try to not do it on your own. So people may come in to may be available to help you with this. People that you may cross paths with along your way. Accept their help. Don't try to do it all on your own. Any final messages, Spirit? Yep, 9 of Wands is about standing strong in that, being determined, setting a boundary. Sometimes you may feel like giving up with this 9 of Inspiration, but it's the Spirit's encouraging you to, even if you experience setbacks, to keep pushing on this direction. This is important, and Spirit wants you to continue on this path. Nice. Keep us posted on how that progresses, Chanley. Next up we have Archaro, my dear. If you are here, please post your question. You're welcome, Chanley. Archaro, I don't know if you're here. Please let me know. If not, then next on the list we have, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Umbali. You're next on the list if you want to. So we have Archaro, Umbali. Please go ahead and post your questions. Hey Janavi, I'm alright with coconut actually, because I have coconut milk and cream. And actually, Janavi, I was looking at as well, I don't know if you've been down this road. It's a bit of endeavour to do it, but I was looking at how you can make your own bread, but you actually mill your own flour, because someone was saying that people who are sensitive to gluten are actually just very sensitive to all the processed flour, you know, and stuff that goes into that, like bleaching the flour, and the chemicals and all stuff like that, and you're actually reacting to that rather than the gluten. Let me just post a channel that I was looking at. I haven't dared to try it yet because I'm actually scared of making myself unwell, but it seemed to make sense what the lady was saying. Grains and grit. Bear with me. Hi, Archano. I'm just going to post this for Janavi. Everyone else ignore it. Awesome. I'll just see what Janavi says. Coconut makes me feel fatigue or anger, irritation. Oh, you have celiac. As far as I know, as much as I know about it, I think it is. That's hard. Because coconut milk is a nice alternative sometimes to dairy. Yeah, check it out, Janavi. You might see what you make of it and let me know. Hi, Archana. Please post your question. I'll read for... So, Mbali, this is for you. And then I'll read for Archana. So, Mbali asks, what's the next action between me and Lucky? He's gone silent on me. Okay, awesome. So, thank you, Mbali, for that question. So being in a romance, just so I know as much as I can about the situation, obviously just share what you feel comfortable with on Bali. This was a romantic love connection that was, and now they've gone silent on you. You too, Chanley. Is that right, Mbali? You are, Moon Love. You're on the list, my dear. Absolutely. Hey, Samreen. So glad you made it. Nice to see you here. Just waiting for Mbali to confirm. I'm not sure if they're going to. I'll pull a card to see what the next action between me and Lucky. Lucky's gone quiet. What's going to happen next? Romantic connection. Seven of Inspiration. This is about this is really about holding space and about needing to hold a boundary in many respects. Can you see how this girl, so this is, I feel like this is your energy and this is you holding this boundary. So I don't know if this is what's brought on the, maybe why they've gone quiet, maybe why they've gone quiet on you. Was there something like this where you felt like you were holding a boundary, saying if they were trying to push you into something that you didn't want to, trying to be manipulative maybe? It's that kind of energy when we see this. Let me know if that resonates for you and Bali. Samreen, you're on the list, absolutely. So Spirit is encouraging you to say, keep doing this as well. I would say not to, you know, chase them, not to give in to whatever this silence has come about as well. Hold this space. I think by them encouraging you to hold this space, it tells me that they will be back, but I feel like it has to come from them, not from you. So you need to not reach out to them. It needs to come from them. So yeah, I don't know if this came off the back of you actually standing up for yourself, setting a boundary. They didn't like this. This is what's made them go quiet. If that's not the case, then Spirit is, and either way, is also encouraging you to, at this point now they've gone quiet, that there is something energetically going on here that kind of feels like a power struggle. But the Six of Emotions is like the connection that you have. I see winning out, that they will, if things have gone cold, this will soften. I think the Six of Emotions is a very nostalgic card. It's about missing someone. It's about longing for them. It's about wanting to go back to a time before this happened, before, say, things maybe took a left turn and began to whatever changed, yeah, but it's about wanting to go back to a time when it was good. So this is their energy, and this is kind of what will happen in the future and what will win out. It's almost like the longing and missing you will win out. So stay strong, don't chase them, hold the line, hold the boundary. They will come back into the picture and they will reach out because they will begin to miss you. I hope that resonates. Next up we have, so Achara, if you are here, please post your question. We have Achara, then we have Moon Love after Achara. I'm glad that resonated in Bali. Thank you, Achana. Achana asks, what is so Srinivas Rao's next actions for me? How long will he hide true love from me? So I don't do timeline, Achana. Do you want to just look at their energy currently? See where they're at? Thank you, Moon Love. I'll read for you after Achana. We'll look at next actions, okay? So when the change does come, everything's always changing, okay? So if you're feeling stuck, this is the message for everyone. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling stagnation, know that everything changes, okay? Energy's always moving. We're always co-creating as well with our energy. You're welcome, Umbali. Yeah, okay, so when Chara asks what energy will change, let's have a look at that. What change is coming in this connection? I see you getting stronger. I see this feels like your energy. I feel like you possess in general a kind of Queen of Pentacles energy. Someone who is a strong character and maybe reconnecting to this part of yourself as well, Archana, with regards to this situation, okay? Queen of Materials is very pragmatic in some ways, and I feel like maybe that's the approach that is needed here. I know that you want to wait for them, so it is about Materials, is about being patient and about just being consistent. So if you can energetically hold this line with Rao, okay? You hold the line with them, for them, wanting this connection. And then the change that we see is this Ace of Inspiration, which talks about a new beginning. and a spark. It's almost like a new way of thinking of it, or a new idea, a new way that you could sort of connect would emerge. It can often be like a breakthrough moment when we see the Ace of Inspiration. It's ruled by the element of fire as well, so it's about taking, if you're aware of the concept of inspired action, okay? Inspired action is about when we get an intuitive instinct to take action at the right time and the right moment. So it's not about, you know, doing something all the time, do, you know, too much. Instead, it's much more effective to actually just take action when the timing is right, when the moment is right. And I feel like that's what will emerge for you, Archana. Maybe there'll be an opportunity for you to have a conversation, that they will reach out to you. There will be an opening somewhere where you'll be able to have a conversation about this relationship, yeah? In the meantime, we just need to be consistent. We just need to be patient. We can also work on our manifestations always when we're in the waiting period too, if we want to speed this up, this opportunity. So that's about setting an intention every day about what you would like, journaling, meditation, visualization, to keep your energy, so you're sending out the right, emitting the right frequency to draw this towards you. And then I see an opportunity coming towards you, which will certainly bring change. So I think the message is, know that you will get a chance to resolve this in some way, okay? An opportunity will present itself. So I hope that resonated. Thank you, Moonlove. So Moonlove asks, if I date Libra, do you see him cheating in future, or how is the future for us? So I wouldn't focus on, that's not how I would read the tarot, to see if he's cheating on you. That's also like quite a negative way to start out a connection, Moonlove. But let's see the future of this connection. You're welcome, Archana. I'm glad that resonated for you. I'll post the list just so we know where we're at. This is Moonlove. This isn't updated, so everyone knows where we're at. Hey, Micaiah. So you'll need to click the link. Just check out the pinned comment if you want a free reading. All the info's there. Samreen says that as a Libra woman, I can't cheat, but can't say about men. Yeah, so let's see what the energy that is for the future of this connection. And let's not as well set out with, unless your intuition is telling you that you suspect he might cheat on you, then I would say listen to that. But other than that, let's see what the energy is. Hey Tia, so I've just posted the list, guys. I don't know if you can see it, just so everyone knows where they're at. 5 in materials. Interesting. So this, I feel like, Moonlove, it's interesting. I feel like Spirit has come through to comment on maybe there's some from a different connection that you've had. Maybe Moon Love, there has been, maybe you have been cheated on in the past. Maybe that's where this mentality is coming from. But the 5 materials is when in the past someone has let you down. There's some disappointment energetically in this card. And what Spirit is encouraging you to do, so with this opportunity, with this Libra, it feels positive, it feels good. It's this gateway here to something different, to something new. We can see this beautiful gold energy here. It's adorned with these beautiful roses, which is about romance, love, that all that good stuff, that good connection. And it's almost like as if you're missing it. Because maybe of past experiences, learnt experiences, and where you find yourself now, that maybe you've become disillusioned about relationships, about connections. So the 5 materials is Spirit really encouraging you to try and lift yourself up out of that negativity, because this is a positive opportunity, a gateway to other experiences, a good connection, something, a positive experience. We must continue to say, open our hearts if we want to connect with someone, if we want to experience love, however difficult, however painful that can be. We need to try to leave this behind and move towards and try to go into things with an open mind, an open heart. So I hope that resonated. But yeah, this is an opportunity for a new connection, for something positive. But there is some message in there about leaving behind past experiences that may be a cloud in the picture here for you, Moon Love, okay? You're welcome, Moon Love. So, Kristen, my dear, you are next. Please post your question. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. My boyfriend and I broke up yesterday. What's the energies between us? Thank you. Oh dear. Let's have a look. I'm sorry to hear that, Kristen. News, information coming through, Kristen, that maybe is going to bring some clarity for you to the situation, okay? So this could actually be them, so your boyfriend coming back with more to say, a conversation. Knight of Voices, so if you think voices is swords, and that's all about communication. Kind of, it always with the Knight of Swords as well, it's like it's rushing in. Can you see how this horse here with wings is swooping in? Actually, in this deck as well, like look how this is positive energy. Okay, so in some decks, the Knight of Voices or the Knight of Swords has a different kind of energy, but in this deck, the Muse Tarot deck, it's like a burst of sunshine in the clouds. Okay, so if you are feeling, as I imagine, probably quite down, maybe some confusion as well, you know, what is coming next, or why has this happened, kind of unanswered questions, then this is like I say, some kind of missing information coming through in the near future. Could come directly from them. Okay, they come back, they've got more to say. Or maybe you find out some information that is like a missing jigsaw piece to the situation. I'm going to pull another card. And yeah, and I feel like that however it arrives, it will bring you some clarity about informing your next steps, about what you want to do moving forward. Nine of Materials. I mean, that's your energy moving into spirits being lifted here, Kristen. I have much happier energy. We see this Nine of Materials. Now, this could mean two things, because what does happiness, you know, fulfillment mean to you? Is it starting out independently as a fresh start on your own, getting back out there on your own? Maybe you know that this connection was not right for you and was ended. Or if you're feeling like a reconciliation is what you would desire. We do see an offering here off with this card again, someone coming into the picture. And this trail of roses falling down. Let's see how they're feeling. Interestingly, these are both positive cards, so I know you might be in quite a dark place now, but the future looks bright despite this. I don't know what your intentions are, your feelings, if you're hoping for reconciliation. I'll just pull one last card about things need to change, yeah. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is specifically, I wanted to zero in on his feelings. The Wheel of Fortune is about a change, a shift. So what has been a struggle, a battle, an uphill struggle, the Wheel of Fortune is that moment when things do switch, that things can only stay like that for so long, and then the wheel shifts, fortune changes, things do improve. So I think maybe that this is confirmation that they realize that something needs to change, something can change. I do see you moving into a happier state of mind. Look how happy that person is, that energy. Nine of Materials is often as well about being like that you are kind of an independent spirit as well, and to remember that and hold on to that. And I think because you are a strong character, and to hold a boundary in whatever's going on for you at this point is crucial. So in order to kind of reach this happy state, let's not fold. Okay, Nine of Materials is to know that ultimately you will be all right either way, with or without this person. But also, to get what we want, we need to keep that independence and separation, if that makes sense. But here is this, I'm still drawn to these roses that are like being tumbled on you. So it is like romance coming back in as well, and that bringing your... So I would expect some kind of news and conversation coming back from them. They will have more to say. I feel like ultimately this conversation will leave you in a happier, more positive space. And give you that clarity that's been missing, and maybe make you feel more confident that things can change, maybe feeling more heard than what you have up to this point. Okay, Kristen? There we go. Yeah. Determined to keep your boundaries, which I feel like this is what this card is all about. This energy is all about, Kristen. Absolutely. That seems almost the key to getting what you want as well out of this relationship, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's hard not to give in when we still want to be with someone, not to give in to sometimes their demands or their needs. But this Wheel of Fortune also ushers in that positive change. You're at a tipping point. You are at a crossroads and a tipping point, Kristen. So keep holding that line. Okay. So next up we have Samreen Tech. I'll just update the list so everyone knows where they're at. Oh, TB, yeah, there we go. So hey Samreen, please go ahead and post your question. This is the list update, guys, so everyone knows where they're at. Please hold your question until you're called. Samreen asks, my question is situation based, which I'm writing. Please bear with me, sure thing. No rush, no rush. Samreen, oh, another dream question. This is interesting. I had a dream long ago where my ex and I were made to sit opposite each other at work. Fast forward last Friday, I had accident. First person I called out of panic was him. Okay. Well, I hope you're okay after your accident. He didn't answer. Oh, and neither check on me, so I blocked him this week. HR made some changes on sitting position, and his place was right opposite me. Ish. Crazy. What are the chances? So a premonition of sorts, Samreen. Here is the question. I felt so uncomfortable, yes, that I requested my seat to be changed. Did they grant that? Maybe that's the question. Did they? Do you feel that he cared about me but couldn't ask me about how I'm doing? Let's have a look at his feelings, Sun Range, for sure. I know you're interested as well. Did HR grant, has that happened yet? Did they grant you a change of seating? Let's have a look. Let's see how he feels towards you. Oh, still very near though. That must be really hard to have to work with an ex. Never mind on the same, floor. Okay. What a nightmare. Let's see how they're feeling. Hey, Peter. Interesting that this card just came through. Obviously, it has individual messages. But the Knight of Voices, in essence, is about news, information. It's about how he feels. I feel like he does have something to say to you. I look my best and stay happy. Yeah, that sounds good, Summerine. Good approach. They do have something to say. Knight of Voices is about that communication. Let's see what else. They would like to talk to you. Like you say, that it's interesting how you word it. You couldn't ask me about how you're doing. And I feel like he does have some questions for you. How are you? Wants to find out what's going on for you. Maybe why you did call. Those kind of questions. Or about what's going on for you in life in general. Tell me more, Spirit. Five of Materials. Disappointed, Samreen, about what went on for you. How things ended. Even if it was them who messed up, there's still some kind of loss and disappointment here from them. I think they know that they hurt you as well. That's an aspect of it, because I feel like that this is your energy. Maybe at times it does get you very down. Everyone came and asked. Some of them even messaged me, but he didn't. Can ask why he didn't. It sounds like that's maybe what you would like to know as well. He's got something to say, so what's the block? Why isn't he saying it? Why isn't he communicating? The Sun. The happiest card in the deck. This is strange. This is all the Sun card, the happiest card in the deck, 10 of emotions, emotional fulfillment. What comes through in a way, I know this kind of sounds almost hard to believe, but it's like that I feel like he does wish the best for you, that he wants you to be happy, that he wants you, just read what you say. So what's the card name? No, he's thinking of reconciliation, but now I often see him staring at me even for a few seconds, pretending it was accident. Hey Sol, hey Flores. So there is the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the deck, Samreen. So, and then the 10 of emotions, which is like emotional fulfillment. So few messages here that I feel like that they want the best for you. They want you to be happy. They want you to be emotionally fulfilled. This could be about residual feelings that still linger for them, or that they also question if they can bring this to you. Can they make you happy? Can they emotionally fulfill you? So I don't know what went down, of why this connection broke down, but they feel disappointed about how things ended, why things didn't work out. They do have something to say. What is holding them back is leaning towards, my intuition is saying, and the messages from spirit is saying, that I'm not sure if they think that they can make you happy and fulfill you emotionally. There's a question mark there, Samreen. So there's some doubt that they have, yeah? Obviously, there's only so much that we can answer during this time. I have to keep things moving for the rest of it. Feels complex, the energy here. There's a real mixture. But to summarize, they do have communication, something to say. If they manage to move past their own inner blockages about this, would take more cards to look at. But there is this something about this, about if they can make you happy, if they can emotionally fulfill you, and do know that they feel disappointed and sadness about things not working out. So keep us posted, Samreen. It's almost like the universe is conspiring a bit as well to bring you together, with sitting him opposite you initially, wasn't it? Okay, I'll continue on the list. So Sol, you're on the list as well. Thanks for submitting the form. Just wait for your name to be called. I do regular updates of the list so that you know where you're at. So just watch out for that, for your spot. I do list updates, like I say, regularly. So we have Fan is Fan. Next. Yeah, positive progress soon, Samreen. So Fan is Fan asks, will I get a seat in college? So I don't do yes, no questions, and I don't do timeline. So if you want to revise your question, Fan is Fan, or ask a different question. Just for anyone new here as well, I'm an energy reader, so I read the energy regarding you, other people, whatever situation you're in. I look at current energies and near future energies, but I don't do timeline and I don't do yes, no questions. Will I get a seat in college? I have applied. The result is on the 21st. Thanks, Sol. So yeah, Fan is Fan. Just if you want to revise that question, ask a different question, just let me know. After Fan is Fan, we have Micaiah. Okay, how will my future be if I join the college in terms of career? Sure thing. Let's have a look at the energy surrounding that, Fan is Fan. Okay, Micaiah, thank you. I will read for you after Fan is Fan. So just hold on for that. Thank you. Fan is Fan. How will my future be if I join the college in terms of career? Ooh. The Devil. Okay, so the Devil energy is, in some ways, so I may need to pull some more cards for clarity on this, but the Devil energy in itself, Fan is Fan, is almost like a warning to say, if this opportunity happens, okay, so if your future, if you join the college in terms of career, it's asking you to be mindful about not repeating old habits of what have gone before. Now, I don't know if this is, you may have a tendency, this is just an example, to maybe put a lot of pressure on yourself, to almost to the point where it can turn into like workaholism. You know, if it was in your studies, to put a lot of pressure on yourself and to drive yourself to burnout. This is just one example of what we all have them, okay, sort of negative habits, negative behaviors that can be triggered. So there would be some lessons for sure if you were to take this, to join this college in terms of career. The Spirit always likes to, whenever I read it, always goes to the sort of the deepest point, often like the emotional journey of what we're going on, okay? So that's how I read, just be mindful of that. So it doesn't mean that we can't make a success of this and make this work for us, but it may be about how you do things and how you approach this might need to change, or will need to change, okay? And you'll maybe need to approach this in a different way. If we can do, it's almost like a more gentler approach with yourself is needed, because the Knight of Emotions has a more heartfelt energy, okay? Like what actually makes us happy, what actually brings us joy. And does this path align with that, okay? Or are we doing it for the wrong reasons? Are we doing it because for someone else? Are we doing it because we think this will be respected? Or, you know, those kind of questions about the reasons why we're doing things. And Spirit is saying this is a time when we need to follow our heart and do what would actually make us happy. I'll pull one more card because I'm nosy. I hope this resonates for you. But there is some kind of change in behavior that needs to happen, and I feel like it's like that maybe you really give yourself a hard time, put yourself under loads of pressure to be perfect. This maybe gets you really stressed out, that kind of energy. Muse of Voices is about, this is like the King of Swords. Being direct, being honest with yourself, being quite cutthroat with yourself about decisions, about how we're moving forward. Communicating your needs. So being, again, this kind of issue maybe of doing things for other people, but we need to do what you need to do, what you want, what you desire, and make it clear to others why, you know, you don't need to actually explain yourself in a way. You just need to say, this is what I want, this is what is going to make me happy, this is what I desire. And that kind of energy of no is a complete sentence, okay? To be direct. So I hope that resonated, fan is fan. Spirit is trying to encourage you to follow your heart this time around. Hey Selva, you're on the list, my dear. So I will actually close the list now. Bear with me. You're welcome, fan is fan. So Micaiah, my love, this is for you. Micaiah asks, so obviously everyone who's submitted, just so you know, if you're on the list, then you will be read for. I'm just closing the list now so that I can get through everyone in good time. Micaiah asks, what my highest guides want to let me know, whatever good or bad. Thank you, Micaiah. What do your guides have to say to you? Guidance for Micaiah, please, Spirit. Thank you, Micaiah. What does Micaiah need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Something that's been going on for you, Micaiah, this is the promise of success, of victory. It's a lovely energy with this. Six of Inspiration is about being, it's a card of victory, being victorious, okay? And in order to get there, okay, the Wands energy is ruled by the element of fire, which is all about, to me in this moment, it's about being proud of what you're bringing to the table in a situation. This woman here, this energy, doesn't matter about gender, etc. like that, but this woman here is very confident, okay, in her abilities. And they're actually someone who looks up to, that people look up to. So you have that ability as well to set the tone in a way by in your success, in your drive, in your driven kind of energy and successes. People actually, they are already maybe looking up to you. But they will admire you in time. And this is about getting the recognition that you deserve in a situation. Micaiah says, I realized many times that I should not keep tied to any past love. Okay, so if that's what comes to mind, that what this reading, this card is about, then it says that you will be victorious in being able to do that. If that's where you feel that in a way where your energy is most being drained, what you want to achieve, then it's saying that this is possible. And for you to have confidence in yourself more about who you are and that you've got a lot that you are bringing to the table. You're a male Sagittarius. Okay, so that fire energy here, Micaiah. So keep doing what you're doing if you're trying to free yourself from past loves, if that feels like it's a drain. I feel like as well that this is the if we are talking about the area of love, if that's what's most prominent to you, then when it talks about recognition, it's about connecting with someone who actually sees you, sees the real you and what you're bringing to the table, and that is possible. So if you're holding out for that, that's fantastic, and you're not settling. Yeah. The message from Spirit is for you, Micaiah, is saying that you will get there. You will achieve this goal that you have set out to do. Success is imminent, okay? So just keep doing what you're doing and you will get there. So love and light with that, Micaiah. The promise of success, yeah? What a nice, clear message from Spirit. So next up we have, let me just go back to my list. Tia Beer, my love, if you're still here, please post your question. Oh, thank you, Tia, you already have. I just read what Micaiah says. I have to take this serious, yeah, because also I had a dream about that also. Oh, well, I'm glad that aligned with that, Micaiah. Your subconscious is telling you. So about self-belief is often one of our biggest obstacles, isn't it? Self-doubt is very cunning. You did, RP. I'm going to do an update of the list after. You're actually after Tia Bea, Peter. So Tia Bea asks, current near future energy of Jay the Leo towards me. I feel like we've been keeping away from each other. Let's have a look. Tia, Jay the Leo. Current near future energy. You're welcome, Micaiah. Okay, Jay the Leo, Jay the Leo. What are you up to? I feel like this is you, Tia Bea. That connection still feels strong. Can you see how sort of holding your heart, those roses is like the connection. We're still here, energetically we're still here. Let's have a look at him. Brought your energy through. Death card, transformation on his side. Death of the old, making way for the new. What will that mean for this connection, Spirit? Three of inspiration. More hopeful for the future with the Three of inspiration. Look into the future. We see being able to look at the future again. Yeah, the Three of inspiration. Waiting for your, in the traditional death, so the right away, it's like waiting for your ships to come in. It makes me feel like that it's okay for you to still have these feelings for him if that's really where your heart lies, and maybe not to, I don't know if it's like looking for someone to distract you from and maybe make these feelings go away about him, and it's almost like you keep coming back to him, because that's really where the connection and the heart lies. So it's okay just to be in that. Maybe focus on manifesting, practicing your manifestations in regards to him, because on his side there is some kind of transformation going on. I don't know what this ending is. Something that's going on for him. I don't know if that's could be a way that I know that there's been a few attempts that we've seen changes in his behaviour. If it could be energetically that, about him changing his ways, or if it's actually about a connection with someone else that is ending as well. That's actually what came through first, was that if I don't know if you're aware of that, if he's in another connection with someone, that's ending, and that in that ending that will open things back up for you two, in essence, because then we lead to the 3 of inspiration, which is being able to waiting for your ships to come in, your ships being the Leo, the Leo, and the promise that you'll hear from them again and coming back in, and being able to maybe think that there's a possibility of a future again and look at that. I don't know how much you're aware of what's going on in his situation. I know you have maybe mutual friends and things like that, but this is a major arcana moment for him. Could be could be a connection, could be that some kind of ending anyway is happening for him, some kind of transformation, which will help with this connection ultimately. And in the meantime, I feel like that you can maybe just allow yourself to feel that connection with him and not resist it or try to get over it, try to make it go away. Just allow it to be. So I hope that resonates. Okay, I'm going to do a list update so we all know where we're at. Next up we have our Peter. But yeah, I've just posted the list update there. Guys, that's the way to check where you're at. So please hold your questions or refrain from asking where you're at, because if you look at the pinned comment, I do post regularly the list updates. Okay, so that's what you need to refer to if you want to know where you're at on the list. Okay. TBA, wow, I didn't know that, but I said death card, wow, to myself before you pulled it. Amazing. Be interesting to know, yeah, what that death moment is for him. But it will be transformational, and I think it will help with this connection to you. Something is ending. So, Peter, my love, thank you for your question. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, just post your, as you can see in the chat, I repeat myself many times, but hold your question until you're called. There is a list which I'm obviously working through. I didn't read that, Tia, the death card for you guys, because the card after that was the 3 of Wands, which is about the future, which is about the ships coming in. So don't interpret it as that. That's not what came through. I think that's just your fear, probably reading into that. Yeah. So our Peter asks, may I know from my current situation where spirit is guiding me towards next in terms of career? Absolutely, our Peter. What's coming next in career? Let's see what's coming next in career, or guiding you next in career for our Peter, please, Spirit. Oh, nice. Materials. It's always nice to see materials in a career, well, in any reading, but in career readings, because its energy just aligns with that so much, about money, progress. Now, Page of Materials is about needing to have patience, our Peter, and often sometimes we can worry. It's natural in a way to worry if things feel like they're moving too slowly, that like it won't happen. But in the case of the Page of Materials, this is really confirmation that you are on the right track, and that the fact that it's maybe taking longer than what you would hoped, this is just the energy of the Page of Materials, okay? It goes at its own pace. It will not be rushed. And what is being built and what is being made is genuine, is real, is on solid ground, okay? It's on a very, it's not, doesn't, you know, air energy, fire energy has often this very kind of in out where things can move fast, but then they can kind of almost fall to pieces as well. But with earth energy, it moves slower, it takes more time to get there, but it's much more stable in its frequency and in its energy. I also feel like, so this can be current energy or near future energy, tell what resonates with this, that there's someone here who you're connecting with who can help you on this journey, almost like kind of mentor energy. Yeah, someone, there's a meeting of minds here, someone who gets you, someone who understands you, who will help you, who can maybe teach you the next steps of your career. You might already be aware of this person, or they can be coming into your life. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? So with the Page of Materials, the advice is, so we are going in the right direction. The progress that we want to see is coming. We just need to be consistent, okay? So we just have to keep doing, if this is what you've already been doing, showing up every day, being consistent, being responsible, aligning with that, being that stable energy yourself. And don't stress if it's taking longer than what you might hope. Don't try to rush the process. This is like a work related mentor energy, our Peter. So I would say like a colleague, or it like a platonic relationship, yeah? And then this is an offering. This feels more like an offering than a person. This is a Knight of Emotions. This is a cup. This feels like an offering, maybe that you're aware specifically what it is, or it could come, it's like a promotion, a next level, a leveling up of some kind. And this is an offering, a new job offer, the next step. Okay, because I feel like you're pushing to progress on your career, yeah? And that Knight of Emotions, yeah, rather than it being a person, this feels like an offer that you've been waiting for, that you've been hoping to come through. Here it is arriving, and then all we have to do is allow it in, reach out and take it. So I hope that resonated for you, or Peter. Both very positive messages, both the promise of progress and of success. So keep going and try not to stress it too much if it takes a bit longer than what you would hope. You will get there. So next up we have Flores. If you are here, my love, please post your question. First, I'm trying to clear my vision, then go for it. Keep us posted, or Peter, of how things progress. Flores asks, may I ask the energies of Omar? We broke up last week. I'm sorry to hear that, Flores. And everything went so quick. It felt like we didn't have a chance to talk it all out. Sure thing. Tricky. Let's have a look at Omar energies. Major Arcana, Flores, so they are feeling the feelings, okay? Omar is this is sort of confirmation in a way that this is like a blow to them, I feel like it's a big deal, okay? Like this connection means a lot to them, probably means a lot to you, okay? Now, when we see awakening, it's like that they are coming to some kind of realization, okay? I'll ask the cards for confirmation of what that is, but generally when we see this card, it's like, can you see how the heart space is opening? So if they felt like maybe, I don't know obviously what led to the breakup, but they are having some revelations, some epiphanies about this connection post breakup, okay? Maybe along the lines really of kind of what you mean to them. Mistakes maybe even that they've made, kind of having a deeper understanding of what they've lost and why they lost it. Let's see where this will take them, kind of what action will this... But they are having some realizations for sure, Flores, okay? Maybe you're having your own as well. And this is good news, okay? This is for sure, this is good news. This is, it's like a wake-up call. Maybe that's why, I don't know if you ended it. Maybe that's why you had to end it, because you weren't getting through to them. And then it kind of took a breakup to shake things up, to, you know, give their head a wobble about what actually they need to do. Now, Page of Materials, you see how you're reconnecting here. This is about, I think you will get the opportunity to regroup on this, okay? Page of Materials is about progress and moving forward. Page energy is also about assessing the situation. So there will be a need and a period of assessment, I think, where you need to look at why things went wrong, kind of make a commitment to each other or them to you, whatever went down, about how things need to change. And then we need to take it slow, because this relationship is like all relationships, but let's specifically drill into you, has maybe lacked, like, you know, much like a flower, a plant, it needs sunlight, it needs watering, it needs food, it needs to be nurtured, and maybe that's what was lacking. And also we need to have patience with this as well. So in order to see the changes that need to happen, we need to not rush this. Maybe don't rush going back into getting back together. You know, communicate, go on, you know, start going on dates again, or whatever that would mean to you about taking it slow. Kind of test these boundaries, test these epiphanies that Omar is having, to see that, you know, it's really resonate, it's really kind of, they really understand it. In many ways, I think this breakup has had a positive effect on them, like I say, on them having a wake-up call. The next steps, let's build on that, okay? So let's take that shock, the shock of losing you, the potential of losing you and this connection, and then we need to take small, steady steps about and nurture this connection in order for it to become strong. So I hope that resonated, Flores. Positive messages, I would say, ultimately. And good to see that Omar has had some kind of shock from this breakup, okay? Okay, next up we have Kick It with Jay. If you were still here, my love, please post your question. Just so everyone knows where we're at, so we've got the last few to read for. We have Kick It with Jay, then we have Sol Sandoval, hope I'm pronouncing that right, and then we have Selva. So first up we have Kick It with Jay, if you're still here. Or let me know who still is here out of those three. I'm glad that resonated, Flores. Keep us posted. I'm not sure still who's here. Please just let me know if you are still here and waiting for a reading. Kick It with Jay, Sol or Selva. Whoever posts first, I'll read for first. There's a bit of a delay sometimes when I get in the chat, so I'll just hang on a minute to see if anyone's still here. If not, I will end the live. Okay, thank you, Selva. So the best way for me to do this, so I don't do yes no questions, just to clarify, so I don't do yes no, you know, will we get back together, won't we get back together, but I can certainly have a look at the energy of this situation, how your wife is feeling about this. Was this a recent breakup, Selva, or has it been a while? Let's have a look what's going on. What do the spirit guides have to say? Thank you, Sol. I'll read for you after Selva. So, 5 months no contact. Thank you, Selva. I think this, guys, sorry about that. There's a bit of a delay in like when I get the messages for the chat, so sometimes I'm a bit behind in if you've posted, it doesn't come through. But anyway, I've got everyone's questions here, so that's awesome. Kick it just provide a bit more info about the U and D. You know, are you dating? Are you, you know, etc. So when I get to your question. But anyway, this is for Selva about reconciliation for you and your wife. Spirit, what do we need to know? Ten of Materials. This is about long-term commitment, okay? And it is ultimately very positive energy, Selva. With this, it is hopeful, I would say. I'm going to pull another card just to check in more about... But interestingly, this is a card about marriage, about family. It's about long-term commitment, all that kind of good stuff, really, and holding on to that. And it's also about work and effort and being consistent, though, in order to achieve that. So, bear with me 1 second. Ten of Materials, so if you think of materials is earth energy, okay? So it's about being consistent, being a stable energy. So for you to really think long term, Selva, okay, about achieving this goal. So working hard in many respects to win her back, to do what, to be consistently showing up. And it may take time, okay? This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. Whatever brought you to the breakup, to the loss, okay? Working on that, you know, having long-term commitment, successful marriage, you know, all of that stuff, isn't it? It takes a lot of effort. And it's about being, the main kind of message and energy is like about being consistent. I'll check in just to see what's going on for her, if Spirit can tell us insight where she is at emotionally or thinking about this connection. Is she open? Is she... This is what you need to do, okay? If you really want this, this is your goal, okay, that you want to achieve and you want to get there, then, you know, this is a real undertaking. And it's about all that stuff, patience, digging deep, being consistent. Let's see how she's feeling. How does she feel about... she's very hurt, okay, Selva. Very hurt. So she's heartbroken about this. I don't know, obviously, what went down to cause this separation. But Three of Voices, we see here tears, pain, like deep hurt here. So she is broken-hearted about this situation. So there will be much time that needs to happen for healing. Okay, so healing needs to happen here. We need to give her space, validation, all of that thing. If, you know, let me know if this resonates, that you are... that she did get very hurt in this. Even if she messed up, I don't know who messed up. Maybe you both did, maybe you did, maybe she did. But whatever went down, only obviously you know. But on the other side of this, where she is now, is that she is suffering emotionally, okay? It confirms really that she, you know, cares very much still about this. You know, she's raw with emotion here. So again, give her space to... Maybe you know this, okay? But it's confirming the emotional pain that she's going through. How we get things back on track is this kind of energy. You messed up, okay? So give her space, time to heal, take that on board, validate her in that. And, you know, if this is your goal to repair this marriage, if that's possible, then this is the kind of vibes. This is how we need to show up, consistent, putting in the work, putting in the effort to win someone's trust back, yeah, to rebuild what's been broken. Okay, I hope that resonated, Silver. So next up we have Sol, my love. This is for you. So I'll just go back to your question. Let's have a look at your guy friend who from work and see how he feels about you. I think would be the most helpful in this. So Sol, this is for you. Let's have a look. You're welcome, Selva. Let's have a look how this guy from work thinking, feeling about you. What are their intentions? Spirit. Oh, God, look at that. Two materials. So romantic by nature for sure with this page of emotions coming up. They have these two materials energy, which to me is like, it's kind of an up and down energy. I mean, how do you feel about them? Is this someone you're interested in? Is this someone that you would be open to connecting with? Because this page of emotions tells me that it's romantic interest from them. Yeah. Now this two materials energy, I'm going to pull one more to ask a bit more, but that's confirming that, you know, they would be interested in you in that way. I don't know why. Sorry, I don't know if how you feel about that, okay? That's obviously on over to you in a way about if that's something that you'd be open to pursuing. Tell me more, Spirit, about why there's two materials. Sometimes it can be about, like, you know, as well, that this is in a way that they kind of maybe act a bit odd or strange because they feel, you know how it's like they can't really play it cool with you. That the two materials is when you really kind of need to center and ground yourself, because you can sort of feel overwhelmed by the situation, which is interesting. The cards are certainly jumping out though, so it's like they are sort of, I feel like they're like desperate to almost share this with you, desperate to tell you, but they are maybe lacking a bit of courage or something. But the cards are just literally like flying out. Yeah. And then we've got Muse of Emotions, which is like having kind of quite intense feelings. Okay, drama has gotten in the way with haters trying to stop friendship. So you've got people trying to block this connection, is that right? Because I see that I think they're feeling quite a lot for you, Soul, and feeling quite a lot of intense emotions in this situation. And the two materials has this kind of overwhelmed feeling. They need to stay centered. They need to stay grounded. Muse of Emotions, again, is like the King of Cups. So again, more feelings, more emotions. And it's about needing to kind of be able to process them and again, not be overwhelmed. So don't let these people get in the way of you if you both like each other, yeah? So I don't know if you know, have they made it clear to you, have you had this conversation about liking each other, you know, in real life? Can you make it clear to them if you want things to progress? But yeah, there is a lot of feelings for sure going on here, romantic by nature. This is something worth exploring, yeah? So don't let these people stop this, because potential for what could be a really nice connection. So I'll leave it there, but I would say, you know, do what you can. It could be the drama that's overwhelming, that's true, that's mixing things up. That can you see how this person, it's like, oh, like I suppose there's an exasperated feeling here for it as well. Ups and downs that have occurred in this connection already. And it's interesting, it's not even about between you two, it's external. All the feelings are here. There's lots of romance, there's lots of intense feelings going on. Please explore this as much as you can and don't let others block you, okay? Obviously it would take more cards to kind of push on that, but that's the clear message from Spirit. There's some good stuff between you both here, soul, so do what you can to explore that and don't let others get in the way of it, if possible. Okay, and last but not least, we have Kick It with Jay, who asks, will me and Dee's relationship progress? And the second part of it is, we're just dating, but you got a job travelling. Okay, and I'm wondering if it's worth still working on long distance relationship problems. Yeah, tricky. Kick it with Jay. Keep us posted, soul. Keep us posted. You know you're onto a good thing when you've got haters, soul. They only gravitate, I can't speak, gravitate towards something, special things, I often think. You know, if it's a bright light, then they want to take it down. Okay, Kick It, let's have a look with this connections. Advice from Spirit, I'm interested. Oh, card's jumping out again. Huh, the same card. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Feeling overwhelmed? You may be feeling overwhelmed here, Kick It. I feel like your person may be feeling overwhelmed as well. We need to stay centered. We need to stay grounded in these changes. I feel like maybe you feel this as well, kind of mixed up a lot. You know, sometimes it's like, I feel almost like they feel confused, maybe even about going, that some days they want to do it, some days they don't. And this connection is, they feel kind of torn. There's a torn energy here. I feel like, Kick It, that this is definitely worth pursuing. You know, if this travel thing will happen, obviously. We need to pursue this to see what happens next, okay? I don't think this is something that we should give up on now. There's enough here to see how this pans out. I'm going to pull another card to see what this kind of traveling will, you know, like how difficult will it make it, what happens next. But I feel like try to keep your head about this. Try to stay grounded, so to not lose your head about this situation. You know, stay connected, stay in communication. Try to ground yourself in maybe trusting that if this bond is meant to be as well, that it will last the distance. How long are they going away for? Do you know? Yeah, the Empress energy. There's still a lot here. There's a lot. The Empress energy is about nurturing a connection, okay? So it may be a bit more tricky to nurture this connection when we're far apart, but it doesn't mean that it's not possible. The Empress is about harvesting the seeds that we planted as well, which is about reaping the rewards of this connection in many respects, if we can continue to nurture it, you know, to, like I mentioned before for someone else, about this connection is like a plant that needs to be watered and fed. And I feel like that it could last the distance if you can continue to do that and commit to that. 2 months at a time. All right, so it's like a continuous thing where he's gone and then he comes back. Is that to do with work? But anyway, either way, I feel like this is worth exploring, Kick It, and I would stick with it. And I would say that if you can nurture it, and he drives trucks, okay. And that you'll find a way maybe to make this work when they are far away, to still keep it alive, yeah? To still keep this connection nurtured and alive. You know, lots of phone calls, FaceTiming, texting, checking in with each other. I feel like there's enough here to, certainly with this Empress card appearing, super positive omen. And then the two materials, it may have some ups and downs. Of course, it will cause some ups and downs. It's just an added layer of trickiness. But I feel like Spirit is saying this is worth pursuing. This is worth exploring. We just need to be a bit more inventive about ways to keep it alive. So I hope that resonated. I'm going to end the live there. Thank you to everyone who brought your questions. Wishing you a good rest of the day, rest of the evening, wherever you are. But love and light, guys. I'll catch you on the next live. Take care.